What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are jumping back in American Truck Simulator here, and we are going to show you everything that is new with update 1.54 that is still in beta mode. All right, so let's jump into this. I am going to start off with one of my absolute favorite things that they have added to update 0.54 right now. One of those things that has been updated is the physics. I am actually super excited about it. They've added realistic physics to several different items. One being the truck and like collisions with like smaller things, like breakaway signs like that right there. But the big improvement that you guys can probably already tell I've been trying around playing with would be the improvement to crash physics. One, you can kind of see the truck changing differently, but look at how this car kind of bounces. It doesn't just hit it like it used to. And look, that even that Hummer is sitting there wobbling back and forth. They've added like a realistic physics to it. And you can see where I've already plowed through here testing it, but to me that looks more realistic. I mean, you see the car suspension really working. To me, it's an absolute huge improvement. But now my question is, what about trucks? Let's try semi-trucks part. Yeah, of course they wobble a little bit there or sway back and forth, but that's a pretty big truck. What about hitting the actual truck itself? It bounced a little bit, but it didn't quite move. All right, so let's try a truck attached to no trailer. We'll shoot for the smaller one. Yeah, it didn't really bounce around a whole lot, but I don't really expect it to. But I am very impressed with the crash physics of smaller objects as well as cars itself. I mean, just look at this again. This is a huge improvement from where it used to be, especially when you T-bone another car on how much it actually moves and bounces around. Now, what about light poles? Nope, still can't smash through light poles. Let's test what it looks like when you crash into a moving car at highway speed. Does that change? You guys may remember what it used to look like. Yeah, you know, a little bit more interactive. I can't quite say that's real. How about a semi-truck? Yep, just dead end tracks. So not quite with semi-trucks, but it is a big, big difference with cars. And then the other big difference is objects like that right there. It actually hits just like it would in real life and collides. You guys may remember, you used to hit things like this right here, and it would just start floating in the air. It actually has somewhat of a collision to it. So I'm actually quite impressed with that. It's definitely a big step into the right direction for this game for sure. Even road signs like that right there have collisions now, and they're somewhat realistic. I have to say, all in all, I am very, very impressed with the new collision physics. Now, the next thing that's part of this update is the new cargo system Redefined, which this is going to be a huge game changer as well, especially for those of us that like to use mods in the game. And basically, it's going to result in a more wide range and variety of cargos that look a whole lot better. You guys remember, y'all may be used to cargos looking kind of base and just feel like everything's kind of simple. Feel like everything's kind of copy and paste, but now we're going to start to see more unique cargos and somewhat accurately loaded cargos as well too, with different tie down points. So I think that's going to be awesome, and it's really going to be a game changer for the mod creators because now they're going to have a lot more variety of what they can create for mods, especially for flatbeds and drop decks and things like that. I think that's going to be awesome. The next part of it is the vehicle adjustment menu. So they've actually made this easier or a little bit better of a layout to adjust all of what you're doing. So for example, the seat adjustment, it's better labeled right here on what you're actually going to change. And they've made it easier down here to easily adjust. I know I just said easier and easily several times, but it's actually pretty impressive on what they can do. I personally feel like this is going to be a huge game changer and making it a lot easier for those that like to use Xbox controllers or regular game controllers. But I really think this is one step closer, and they're just trying to get into making this game compatible for console players. So the next thing that they added was Driving Academy Awards. So after you get so far in the Driving Academy, you can unlock special interior cabin accessories like this cone right here, or special paint, which I think is pretty cool. It's a nice little feature. Kind of gives you something a little bit to kind of give you a little bit more of a accomplished feeling once as you go through the Driving Academy, which I know you guys were asking for it. We will be doing that in first person here very soon. I haven't decided if I'm going to live stream it or make videos of it. All in all, I think this is an absolutely game changer of an update. It's really not that big of an update. They didn't change a lot, but the few things that did change, I think, are going to be amazing going forward. One, the crash physics are definitely getting a lot better, or just the physics overall in general. I've been saying that the physics system needs a complete overhaul in the game, and at least we have collisions with different obstacles and different objects in the game, like cars and road signs and stuff. That's a plus. And now they are working on different cargo loads and making them a little bit more diverse and a larger variety. Just curious, let's see what happens when you hit cars at highway speed. Yeah, it kind of flopped around a little bit. So you guys are going to have to comment below and let me know what is your favorite part about this update. And also comment below and let me know what are you most excited about in the future. I think we're definitely moving into the right direction. They are at least reevaluating some things that needed to be changed, and it seems like they are changing it. Anyways, I can't wait to jump back into this game in the very next video. I've got a lot more content coming back out here for American Truck Simulator. Of course, starting this week again, we're back into it. So please comment below what you guys are most excited about going forward and what your favorite part about this update is. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, as we will be making lots more videos here for American Truck Simulator. And as always, guys, thank y'all for watching.